What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Be the Trader. Today, I actually want to kind of share how May has been going. And I made an episode that's probably already live. I talk about how the first day of May, I hit my stop loss, which really sucked. And then the first full week of May was a struggle for me. Just a lot of chop. I was profitable, but at the end of the day, it was a scratch. If I'm honest, it doesn't matter if you're up or down. It was a scratch, and it felt very frustrating. And I noticed that the patterns I normally trade, they just weren't working too well. And granted, I did miss a very great setup that could have made my week. I had my entry there, it just didn't hit, and that happens. This week, however, this is the second full week of May, and it's the same. It's the same. On Monday and Tuesday, I was just frustrating days for me. A lot of choppiness. The only thing I can say that I'm doing really, really well at is managing my risk. Because I've managed my risk, because I, cut my losses when I'm wrong, I'm only trading the patterns I'm good at. It protects me. And I've noticed by reading a lot of other people's comments on Twitter, just posting on their own, they're saying that they're kind of feeling the same sentiment. There's a lot of choppiness, just things aren't working as they used to be. So I'm not alone there. But what I will say is it's time for me to evolve. And I've been thinking about this for a while. And since the market's kind of evolved and changing a little bit, patterns aren't working as well as they were for me in the past. It sucks to say, it not sucks to say, that's the wrong word. It's more of my ego was fighting this where I didn't want to go back, right? Like I know in my gut it was telling me, there's so many other opportunities that I'm seeing that I'm not taking because it's not quote unquote in my lane, right? I always talk about stay in your lanes, trade what you're good at. And I believe in that, trade what you're good at. But what I've also believe is I've been trading for a while now. I've been watching the markets for years. And subconsciously, I think you pick up a lot of patterns. And some of those patterns I'm seeing come up in this new market and how things are changing. And I don't take those trades. I just watch them. And I sit there and I watch and I plan out my trade, but I don't take it because I'm disciplined, and then they work, and it's frustrating because my plays are not working right now. So I told myself, you know what? If my plays aren't working, I want to be able to practice on these other setups, and so I decided to just downsize again. I decided to take a step back instead of letting the market decide for me, right? Before I let the market decide for me that I got to downsize because things are choppy, things are not working so well. Why would I continue to trade my full size position? Why would I continue to risk the same risk I was risking all last month and doing great at and risk the chance of losing all those profits when I know, and most of us get that feeling in our gut where we're like, I should probably downsize, right? Or, man, I see these other trades. I want to try them. And so I'm going to now moving forward, but I'm not going to trade on the same size I trade my other setups that I'm confident in. And so to make it just easy across the board until I start to see things circle back and get to, I don't want to say normal, but my setup's working a lot easier, right? I'm going to evolve. And part of the evolving is taking what I see, the patterns I've been seeing over these years that I've never taken because I've been staying disciplined, staying in my lane. Now my goal is to be disciplined and take a step back. Don't trade as big as I normally do, but give myself a lot more trades in one day to where I won't hit my stop and learn and evolve this whole month. And I can tell you this, I started this, today is Thursday. I started this at the end of day Tuesday, like the second half of the day. I had a really good second half of the day, and I had a really good yesterday, and today's been good. And it's interesting, to see that when I took a step back, and who knows, this is the first couple of days, right? So it could all be crap. But at the same time, I'm proud that I've taken a step back because I didn't want to. If I'm honest, I was like, well, why don't I just size up on the ones that I'm really good at and size down on the new ones I'm trying? And the honest truth is I need to size down because things are not working right now. And so I'm taking all these trades with sizing down. And so that way I can rebuild my confidence, maybe get some new plays. So whenever my, A+ setups come back, I'm going to be that much better next time. And so that's the decision I've made, and I'm happy with that. It's kind of frustrating at the same time, but actually after the past couple of days, I feel really good about it. And it's because I'm more creative now. I'm not just stuck in a box. And that is a good feeling, but I also got to recognize that I don't want to just trade, right? I've done this before where I've went back, or not exactly before, but somewhat it was similar, where I was like, you know what? I see the setups, let me just trade. And instead of waiting for the setups to actually set up, I felt free. So I was just trading everything, like, oh, I think this is going to go down, trade. I think this is going to go up, buy. I think this is going to go down, short. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when I see that obvious moment, and we all see it, the obvious moment where it just like slaps you in the face and says, this is a short, dummy. Like, this is the opportunity. Not guessing the top, not guessing the bottom. Just when it slaps you in the face, those opportunities that I always pass up because they're not in my lane. Those are the ones I am now more free to be creative and take those trades. And who knows, they can all be crap. But I'm going to track all those, and I will learn which ones work really well and which ones don't. And I'm going to size it all the way back up to where I was, and I'll have that much more opportunities. So I just wanted to continue to do these kind of shows where I give you updates on how my trading has been going. And, I do these on live too, on either Twitter or Instagram. So that way, if you want to, watch me do it live, great. But if you'd rather just watch it on the podcast or on the YouTube, you can do that too. So thanks so much from the bottom of my heart from all of you for supporting the channel, supporting the podcast, supporting me, and just giving me motivation to continue. Thanks to everybody. So I appreciate it so much. You guys take care.